Welcome to a Pro Ratings video, just to give a bit of an introduction to possibly one strategy that you may want to use when using Pro Ratings. First of all, I'm going to create myself a race card. So I want the horse name. I don't want any of this information. Days since last run, possibly, could be quite useful. And then we're just going to use very few of these to get you started. So I'm going to use the PFP U95, which is the 95% upper confidence level for the PFP. And the class of the last race. Yeah, and the last good race. Okay, I'm just gonna rename this to DSLR. That takes up less space. Gonna widen the name a bit, and shrink that down a touch, and there. So I don't need to worry about it too much though, because this is just a small card. Okay, I'm gonna save this template. PFP small. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I'm just going to open the race cards for today, load up that template, and let's dig up the first race. Okay, so these DSLRs are days since last run at 0 because obviously the horse hasn't run before. So first thing that we're going to look for is a race where one or possibly two runners have a significantly higher PFP than the others. And actually, this isn't too bad. Hortensis and Supermarine are significantly higher. By significantly higher, I'm looking for usually at least 3 points higher than the next best. And we've got that here with Supermarine and Hortensis. We would need to keep an eye on the market for Icy Blue and Man of the Match because they haven't run before, and if the market's telling us that they are possibly good bets, then obviously we either want to include them in our bet or use them as a saver, so make sure that we break even or don't lose any money on those runners. If the market is telling us that they're not a threat, not such a problem. So since this race looks like it could be a good one, let's just take a quick peek. Hortensis, PFP 1505. Now, the upper confidence level, so this is the highest level we think Hortensis would be able to run at, is 1509. Highest level that Supermarine would be able to run at is 1505. And all the others you can see are way lower, 1501, 1500. The standard is 1500. That's what a runner starts with. So as you can see, we've got some good potential here. Now, the PFP, this rating here, is last of the last race the horse was in. So this allows us to see what level the horse is coming from. And as you can see, Supermarine is coming up in class compared to Hortensis, or coming from a lower class. Sorry, not necessarily up in class, but coming from a lower class than Hortensis. Paragon's Folly is coming from a higher class, but the PFP is so low, and the PFP is adjusted so that all runners are on a similar level, which means, may perform slightly better because of the drop in class, but shouldn't be too much of a threat. Even more importantly is the PFP class of the last good race, which is in this column. Definition of last good race is 2 lengths with within 2 lengths of the winner, or 3 lengths of the winner, depending on the race type or placing in the top 3. As you can see, none of these runners have had a last good race, which then tells us that Hortensis is likely to be a strong bet. Highest PFP rating. Upper confidence level is clearly the highest as well by 4 points. one of the highest class levels in the last race, and the only runner to have had a last good race. So we would place our selection as Hortensis, keeping an eye on Man of Match and Icy Blue in the market to see what the opinion is on that. Simple as that. Let's move on to the next race. Quick glance down shows us this is quite a competitive race. We've got runners from 1495 to 1501, 1503, 1508, few in between at 1507 and 4, and top one at 1512. Obviously going to be competitive, and this is where the upper confidence level comes in very handily, you see, because you may think, well, 1512 is much higher than 1507, but then you can see that the upper confidence level is 1512, so this horse could perform as well as Lady Eclair. Obviously, Lady Eclair could perform much better if it, on top of the on kind of her best race could be significantly better, but if it's not, Guimard could perform as well, Markington could perform better, Dream Champion could perform as well. So that is the benefit of having this upper confidence levels. We can see other runners that could perform as well if they were running to their best or better. So I'll probably leave this race alone. I mean, Lady Eclair may be a clear one, but we have a look. Class of the last race isn't as high as some of the others, especially not as high as Dream Champion. Class of the last good race of Lady Eclair as well, not as high. Dream Champion had a good race in this higher level, so he could be a better bet. Markington had a good race in this higher level, as did Dream Champion. This is obviously going to be quite a competitive race. Let's leave it alone. So you don't have to. Just going back, obviously that was a good race as well, so it's not surprising that it was going to be very competitive.